What up, tribe? It's your girl Raji, and I would like to welcome you to my podcast, The Haus of Cush, where the evolved hustlers come to learn more about root work, conjure, tarot, culture, astrology, and a little bit of everything in between. I hope you guys are having an amazing rising so far. And if you're new here, welcome, welcome, welcome. I appreciate you for checking me out. Make sure that you guys comment and let me know what you think of the podcast. I appreciate it. And if you're an OG, thank you so much for continuing to engage and support my content. It has been an amazing ride thus far. And speaking of engagement, y'all, don't forget to follow, like, share, and subscribe. Tell a friend and tell a friend. You never know who it can help, okay? First things first, today we're going to be tapping into the New Year's Eve vibes for our evolved hustlers. We're going to be focusing in on the almanac for January. I've got a reading for the collective for the year. Well, you know what? I'm deciding this mid-sentence and I'm not going to edit this out. I'm actually going to do this reading for the month. And the reading for the year, the forecast for the year is going to be in a separate podcast. Okay, y'all? So make sure you guys turn on your notifications so you know when those things drop. This almanac that I am reading from, that I've already constructed, is going to be on Patreon. So if you guys want the full list of what to do for the upcoming month based on the astrological transits, go ahead, tap into my Patreon, click the link in my bio, and get yourself signed up, because I do have, in addition to the almanac, I got some amazing rituals and spells that you guys will definitely find beneficial for the month ahead, okay? But let's just get into it. Today's very interesting because it's Wednesday. It's a very liminal space. Y'all know Wednesdays is ruled by Mercury, which the entire year of 2026 is also ruled by Mercury. And Mercury being the god of communication, trade, learning, travel. Yeah, like it's so fitting for us to be in this energy right now, right? Now, when you think of Wednesdays in terms of almanac work, and you're going to think, and you're into the woo or, whatever, you're going to be focusing in on quick cash work, prosperity within business, and gambling. If buy those tickets, son. You got a ticket you want to buy today, go ahead and buy it. You might get lucky. Today is also a good day for trade, commerce. Now, another thing y'all might want to focus in on today, Wednesdays is good for making money charms. And since it's about to be the new year and it's a Wednesday, I think it's the perfect day to tap into that. Definitely get on your Zoom before the sun goes down for that, okay? But let's just see, because like I said, we are shifting into the first of the month in a waxing gibbous moon in Gemini. I did tell y'all the other day that it was going to be a full moon in Gemini, and honestly, it is and it's not. Okay, when I say that, the moon is coming in on a cusp, which is typical. So a little bit of the day is going to be the full moon energy in Gemini, and then towards a certain particular point, when it becomes full, it's going to shift into Cancer. It's been doing that a lot lately, so that's not, that's not particularly like, but the basis of the moon is a full moon in Cancer on the 3rd. Now, as you guys know, 3 days before, 3 days after is going to be the most potent times to tap into that full moon energy. So today is the first day that you're going to be able to get started and tap into your working. So just be very intentional about what you say, Mercury, communication, what you take in, because there is a lot of chaos and confusion going on, and just don't get wrapped up in the bullshit. Stay focused, guys. This is a very important day, and we're going to get into the history of New Year's Eve once I get settled with you guys with this almanac. But yeah, so one thing I did find interesting about the transits for the month is that a lot of those transits are mirroring certain transits that we went through last month. Maybe the universe has a humor and it's like, okay, we're still in retrograde season, we're still like evolving, so you need a redo for some of this stuff. But January is here to open the gates to a new ritual year. not just a calendar reset, y'all. More of a recalibration of power, intention, and command. This month begins with deep Capricorn foundations and Cancerian emotional truth. Then it's going to gradually shift into Aquarian innovation, visibility, and future forward influence. January is favoring structure before expansion, clarity before momentum. The work is intentional, grounded, and strategic. We are building containers that actually hold the abundance being called in. Now, the waxing moons are going to grow and attract obs. The waning moons are going to clear, uncross, and remove interference. This is a month of claiming authority, setting the tone, and installing your 2026 operating system. You want to move deliberately, all right? What you establish now becomes law for the year ahead. Let's get into these major lunar events. We've got a few. Now, January 3rd, there is going to be a full wolf moon in Cancer, and our focus is going to be emotional truth, ancestral lines, home and safety, boundary, as well as clarity, right? What's what? Now, the moon itself is going to be revealing what must be ended before your new foundations can be built. There's also a new moon peaking in Capricorn on the 18th of the month, which was like, that's why I say it's like a double entendre, which the focus is going to be structure, financial planning, long-term goals, and business foundations. This isn't a wish moon. This is a command and construction moon, okay? So you like serious, like this what I want, this how we going to do this. We're not wishing upon a star. We're calling it in, and we're doing the work that needs to be done, okay? What is very interesting is the transits we see coming up are going to be, like I said, they're mirroring last month. We've got Mercury moving into Capricorn tomorrow. We've got a Venus entering Aquarius on the 17th. On the 19th of Obs, the Sun is entering Aquarius. And on the 20th, Mercury shifts into Aquarius. On the 23rd, Mars enters Aquarius. And on the 26th, at the end of the month, Neptune enters Aries. Okay, so I do have some rituals for y'all under the January Almanac that you guys can utilize for the month ahead. What we want to explore, because while we are still in waxing phase, we are shifting towards the waning energy, so don't forget that. So maybe you want to focus in on clearing any financial blocks, breaking scarcity through your thought forms, focusing in on ancestor money workings, debt release work. All right, that's going to be for the first week of that. We are shifting and prepping, and also it's just very interesting. I think this month is amazing. I do. I think this month is amazing. It's really like get up, get out, and get some. And we be feeling like that every month, but the energy behind this month, the transits are just like, whoa. Like, girl, boy, you don't get to it, okay? Also, cleansing and uncrossing. But y'all know y'all ain't supposed to wash today. You wash out all your good luck, okay? Hopefully y'all got y'all washing in yesterday, because you're really not supposed to. You might want to try to clean up today and do you some floor washes, maybe after. But no, I was going to say after. No. Before the sun goes down. Salt and water cleanses. You need to be cord cutting from 2025 entanglements, okay? So you can get prepared to do any sort of workings for your jar resets and name clearing work the following week. The ancestors are still vibing, which we work with our ancestors often, but make sure you are doing your new thresholds. You are refreshing your water bowls, if you do any water wards or anything like that. And if you're into using iron, this is also going to be a good month for that, like railroad spikes and horseshoes. I love a good horseshoe. I love a good railroad spike. Okay. Now, I'm looking through here. And let's see. So I'm gonna tap out with that, because Again, a lot of this is going to be ritual and spell work based. So it's all about perspective and what you guys are wanting to do. So I'm going to leave you guys to check out the January Almanac. Moving forward for that. Let's look into this history of New Year's before we get into the... Actually, you know what? Pause. Pause for the cause. First of all, let's check out today. We focusing in on the month ahead, but let's check out today because, whoa, not that Gemini energy for 3 days. Wow. Gotta love it. Like, I'm here for it. I'm here for it. For real. Let me see. Obviously, still in retrograde season. Again, slowing you down, giving you a chance to like gain some perspective about what's going on around you. We do have Lilith did shift into Sagittarius recently, which is very significant because that gives you 1010 on the timestamp, gives you the free will to explore new locations, new creative projects, healing any sort of like spiritual moves. And again, that's a theme that we've all been seeing, quite like the deconstruction is going crazy. Oh, y'all, I haven't forgotten. Very much giving forecast though. I'm trying not to get off topic because some people just want to know about the vibes of the transits and what's next. And then there are others that we're into the full shebang. So I'm going to separate these. This will definitely be a part 1, part 2 type of thing. So let's keep the main thing the main thing. We got a lot of Sagittarius energy here. Let me see. I'm looking for 0 degrees. So right now we have Mercury conjuncts Uranus at 0 degrees. As you know, Mercury's in Sagittarius and Uranus is in Taurus. So as the shifts have happened, you're now being given the free will to go right or go left, go backwards or go forwards. You know, I would prefer that the tribe does not even consider going back. And if you are looking, not even looking back, if you are focused in on the past, you want to be focused in on healing and refining and not making the same mistakes like you, or you're looking back at past creative projects, things like that, and saying, okay, this is how I'm gonna bring this forward. You know what I'm saying? Not necessarily like an obsessive vibe, but like and it's so easy to do. It's so easy to do, y'all. But this energy is like, okay, we can push you forward. You can change your life if you want to. You can set the seeds. Yeah. But that retrograde is like, okay, look back real quick. Look back real quick. At what point were you truly comfortable? At what point did you have to question your self-worth, your value? At what point was life just so beautiful to you that you were willing to put your all in all into it and bring that shit on to the new vibes? Bring it on to the new, space. So I feel like that's what that energy is doing. I mean, obviously there's more to the story, but this is just a very interesting space where you get to it makes or breaks you. Like you're at a crossroads today, and it says 0 degrees. Like, hey, either you're gonna drip or drown, baby. Now we got at another 0 degree. That's interesting. Ooh, y'all know I'm into numerology. I'm looking at Uranus and Taurus. It's also trining Pluto in Aquarius. And it's at 4 degrees 4-4, which that's kind of interesting. Like 4-4-4. Foundation, freedom, stability. So you can get innovative. Things can change. The disruptive energy can either work for you or against you, right? So if you're willing to set the tone, if you're willing to do things that present value, that are real, that are true, that are authentic, let me just throw all that out there for you. You can be stable. You can be free. You can have it all. Life is about perspective. Luxury is about perspective. Like what's good is about perspective. I think that's the biggest lesson that we're all learning right now. Like there is no need with this particular transit to even like turn your nose up at anything anyone else is doing. There's no need, because everybody has their lane, everybody has their thing. Like, it's about what you're willing to invest and how pure you are in terms of your intentions of like carrying out that purpose or that message or that like creative project. Like, if you into being a fucking mechanic, then this is the time to put all of yourself into it. Also a time to tap into innovation of how this can grow. Like I was telling y'all the other day, like, if you're not into the shift and the change of technology, oh my God, it's gonna be a sad day. But if you can find the balance of being authentic and also incorporating the obvious evolution of society and like authentic groups, you can't lose. But if you stuck in that old space, you need to be really worried, okay? Or shifting. Don't even worry. Just get up and get on your Zoom. I saw so many ads, and I know people like, oh, because a lot of people don't fuck with AI because obviously overconsumption, and they're also putting data centers in certain spaces that obviously are not the vibes in terms of the economy and the safety and things like that. However, those people do need to be held accountable. They do need to have some sort of regulation. Like, I do believe that. But I cannot look away from the fact that every ad, they are doing classes, like universities are doing classes, getting degrees, shifting. So if you ain't into it, the digital space, like digital, like a lot of people's against like digital art. Y'all remember we was, and this is like pushing over to a tribe talk. Y'all remember the AI singer, and people was like really fucking tripping. Do you know how many people is into that? I feel like different strokes for different folks. Like, have I ever listened to her? No. Am I like going against what she's doing as a creative effort? Not really. It does take, like, it's not easy. You have to be able to think of those prompts. You have to know how to put that shit together and then go in and edit it. Like, there is a level of creativity that go to that. She might not necessarily be a singer per se. Like I said, I ain't never heard it. And if I did hear it, I didn't know it was her. No shade. But I just think everybody got their lane, and you know, people are like getting innovative with the things that they're doing, because if you are in the industry, you know what it is. Like, you might be a writer and never ever catch a break. You know, you might have a little bit of singing talent and never ever catch a break. I ain't saying we should take away the artists that are doing that. I think honestly, instead of complaining and talking shit, like, those artists need to figure out how they fit into that, and how can they make it authentic, how can they make it real. That's how I would have combated that. But, you know, and it's just me speaking from an Evolve Hustle standpoint now. You know, I got to keep it P, because it's not going anywhere. It's easier, it's more cost effective for them, like certain shit. So they're going totally against it. Nah, I would have tried to figure out a way that I could, how can I make that work for me? While with my natural gifts, talents, and abilities. You know what I mean? So that's just the vibes on how I feel about that. Like, because what's the point? What's the point? You got natural talent. You need to be trying to figure out. But they did the same thing when T-Pain came through with auto-tune. Y'all remember that? And T-Pain got real talent. T-Pain got real fucking talent. So, but they was wearing his ass out when auto-tune first came out, for real. You see what it is now, don't you? Okay. Anyway, moving forward, that's my random tribe talk for that on the culture. The node in Pisces is sextile Mars in Sagittarius. Okay. No, Mars in Capricorn. Already? Stop. Okay, we shifting. Hold on, y'all. Okay. We got Mars in Capricorn right now, not Sagittarius. My bad, y'all. It shifted while I've been away. But yeah, so Mars in Capricorn. I think that's good. That's sextile energy, and it's at 0 degrees. I think that's good because that's harmonious. That's the blessing you need. You need that structure from Capricorn. You need the planning. You need the seriousness, especially Pisces. I always tell y'all, I feel blessed that while I am a Pisces stellium, I feel so blessed that I have like certain earth sign placements in certain places. Like I'm a Capricorn moon, so that kind of regulates me. So I think that's pretty good because you got that fa la 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 of the what's to come next, the true North Star, right? And you don't get too distracted with it because it's working well with that Mars and Capricorn. I love it, which is your movement, your ambition, your ability to continue to stay steadfast and fight for what you want. Because, you know, that Pisces energy, you get kind of like veering off. Like, ooh, look, a rainbow, a pony. And then Mars and Capricorn, like, no, stick to the plan. We can make the dreams happen, but you got to stick to the plan. And I'm going to help you energetically do that. I love to see it. Lilith in Sag is opposing the moon, okay, in Gemini at 0 degrees 0. So boom, cat, okay. That, why won't they favor? Okay, so, well, the fire is too much. Gemini is like share, and to get what you want, you know, or change and innovate. And that Lilith and Sagittarius. I keep wanting that shit to be a Scorpio. Oh, water sign gang. But that Lilith and Sagittarius is like all over the fucking place. So maybe they just all over the fucking place together. Gotta look more into that one because I would wonder that there's a little there. Too flip at the mouth, too much of the same type of energy in different retrospects. Too much of the not giving a damn, but also giving a damn. That's what he's giving. But I think we got enough of everything we need transit-wise to formulate a good space. But that shadow work that needs to be done in terms of religion, in terms of process, you're not going to be able to get out of it. Lilith and Sagittarius opposing Uranus and Taurus too. It's not at 0 degrees. It's at 3 degrees, but still. Ooh, Jesus. Let's look at these oppositions. It's not very, well, we got a few squarings. But Mercury, mindful what you say, mindful how you think, how you communicate. Be mindful of chaotic energy, setting the tone, focusing in on illusions and delusions. What else we got? And then the oppositions here. Chiron in Aries is retrograding. It's squaring Jupiter in Cancer. That's at 1. That's another angel number. 1 degree 1 power, master number. Taking back your power, stepping in, but you're gonna do that through the home, through the family, through the mother, because that shit's retrograding. Then you got, yeah, I think today is interesting. I don't want to go too deep off into them degrees. We got a couple of interesting degrees going on today, though. Y'all, when I get to the part of the song about the degrees, that's going to be its own separate episode because I know that's a special interest. Like, most people, like, they get started in astrology, they get started in transits, and it's like, it's a lot of information. It's a lot of information. So we going to, and I like to read off of those orbits and those transits as well with those degrees, because to me the numbers do mean something. So I really like numerology off of there, y'all. I'd be like, interesting. I like how that's forming, okay? But we'll get into it. Let me see. So now that we got to the transits briefly, okay, I will be honest, a brief look. we will go ahead and tap into the history of New Year's Eve because it is New Year's Eve, obviously. Still a decent portal to be involving yourself in. Still a moment in time where you can benefit. Okay. So alchemists, tap in. Now, the history of New Year's Eve in itself, like the last night of the year, is always very powerful because we are in a very liminal space. New Year's Eve is not a modern type of party invention that we just came to be. It comes from ancient timekeeping, agricultural cycles, spiritual accounting, and ritual closure. Across cultures, the final night of the year is understood, like I said, to be a liminal threshold, a moment when fate can be renegotiated. Use it wisely. Let's look back on ancient Mesopotamia. Okay. Ancient Mesopotamia, circa 2000 BCE, okay? The earliest New Year celebration is going to come from Babylon during the Akitu festival. This is celebrated in the spring and tied to planting and fertility. It lasted 11 days. It included a confession of wrongs, renewal of oaths, recrowning of kings, appeasement of gods to ensure prosperity. The root word truth within this when it comes to New Year is it's an authority reset and a financial survival ritual. Kings literally proved that they were still worthy to rule during this time. Now, ancient Rome. Now, the Roman New Year originally began in March, agricultural, and it was time for Mars, okay? Now, in 46 BCE, Julius Caesar moved it to January 1st, honoring Janus, Janus, the two-faced god who looks backward to review and looks forward for strategy. The Romans gave coins and figs for luck and made vows, not necessarily wishes. They paid debts and they reset contracts. Now, the conjure parallel with this is January is about gatekeeping, contracts, and road opening. Let's look into early Christianity. Now, Christian leaders were suspicious of New Year's celebrations because they basically encouraged divination, included ancestor veneration, and involved oath-making outside of church authority. Instead, they reframed it as a night of prayer, reflection, moral accounting, but the ritual instinct, it never quite disappeared. The root work insight from this is, even when it's outlawed, folk magic preserves the threshold rituals, okay? They can't get away from it no matter how hard they try. African and diasporic traditions. Now, in African cultures, the new cycles were marked by harvest, moons, king, and kingship. Ancestors were honored at year turns, and offerings ensured protection and continuity. Enslaved Africans in the Americas preserved floor washes, candle rites, food symbolisms. Y'all know we like our greens, beans, potato. No, I'm just kidding. My intrusive thoughts are winning. Okay, but no, for real. Y'all know how we do. We eat black-eyed peas. We eat collard greens. You know what I'm saying? We do certain things during this time, period. And midnight prayers. Have a little money in your pocket, okay? In your hand, so you don't go into the new year broke, okay? The hoodoo truth of the African and diasporic traditions are New Year's Eve in the diaspora became about survival, protection, and money, not necessarily celebration. Modern New Year's Eve energy is fireworks, noise, and countdowns that evolved from spirit scaring rituals, community protection, marking safe passage into the unknown, and the party aspect came later. So the ritual spine in itself is still ancient. This matters for us root workers and evolved hustlers because New Year's Eve is historically for closing spiritual accounts, resetting authority, securing resources, claiming protection for the next cycle. It was never about the hope of it all. It's about being prepared. Now, if you work this night intentionally, you're not necessarily being extra. You're participating in a tradition older than calendars. New Year's Eve has always belonged to those who understand timing, power, and survival. Okay. So basically, like I said, and this is going to be a good vibe for y'all to go into the new year with. Everything is about perspective, okay? And it's nothing new under the sun. Same-ish, different day. You just got to make it fit to your culture, your goals, and the legacy that you're going to be leaving for your family, because a lot of these things that we're doing are going to be heavily, relied on for our children, our family, especially if you come from a family that is not necessarily celebrating and you kind of like creating new vibes. That's going to be important. So just want to throw that out there. Now, let's see what the vibes are for the month ahead, because I'm going to still do a forecast. Also, the forecasts are going to be in elements, y'all. So I once upon a time, not long ago, was trying for all 12 zodiac signs, y'all. And now I'm like, shit. That takes so... to do it thoroughly and from a real place, that take a long time. So we gonna just tap in for the elements and take away resonates. And if you guys want a private forecast, you can click the link in my bio, and I'll be more than happy to look into that for you. All right, y'all, let's open the roles to see what January holds for the collective. All right. Thank you, spirits, for opening the roles on behalf of the tribe. Thank you so much for covering and protecting us as we go on this journey into January. Thank you so much for the gift. I don't abuse the gift. I honor it. I appreciate it. I love it. I respect it. Well, guidance to y'all. Oh, they flying out already with that Gemini energy. Let's see what we got. So let's see. Let's get it in. Past. Ooh, 7 of Sticks in the upright. There's a bit of a battle here. Present. 4 of Knives in the reverse. Collective energy for the month. Son of Sticks in the upright. I like that. I don't see no issues with that. That's that Page of Wands. So it's like you got the vibes, you got the movement, you got the fire up under you, and you don't mind tapping into your differences and your unique qualities, which is very on brand for the season. Near future. Courting in the upright. So the decisions you're making now will definitely influence relationships and partnerships for the upcoming month, whatever. So the things that you're doing might not necessarily be appealing to... Oh, that's very interesting, because that's like Pluto and Aquarius vibes, like, innovation. Then you got the Uranus and Taurus retrograding, Jupiter and Cancer retrograding. So I think that's very interesting, because it's like you doing something new. You doing something that your family may not be privy to, or your community, may not be privy to that. So the decisions that you're making need to be for you. It doesn't matter what you do, but do something. You're moving forward. On this courting card, it's like there are no roads to the left or to the right. It's only going forward. Now, there is some sort of energy here not necessarily approving, but there's also energy that does approve. So if you're doing ancestor veneration tonight, you need to be making sure you're petitioning your ancestors that are going to be supportive of what you've got going on moving forward. That's where I get that from. That's what I get from that. Now, what's the overall energy? Okay, Hangman energy here. Left in suspension. Pisces could be significant. Caught up in a two-way love affair. Too caught up in what people think. Too caught up in shit that doesn't have nothing to do with you, Tell me about this battle that we've been enduring for the past 7 days, for real. battling, because there is a rebirth here. There is there's an ending happening. People are, fighting against the aspect Scorpio energy with the death card here. There is just an aspect of like not wanting to see things in, not wondering about your rebirth, wondering about how this is all going to play out. So tell me more. We got the 5 of baskets in the reverse. There are some relationships and like situations that you maybe didn't think you would emotionally survive. You didn't feel like, those relationships would survive the test of time. And they won't. 3 of baskets in the reverse. It's a 3 of cups in reverse. So you already know they're not going to survive this because it's time for change. Yeah, they're not. So yeah, and when I say it's time for change, these are endings, so you can go off on a new path. You can create new opportunities, new spaces. Ace of coins in the upright. So that's the year, right? 1 year. 1 year ago, 7 days ago, you could have been battling some spirits. You could have been battling some spirits. I'm also getting like, that's why you can't just be like, oh, let me just put something up here for my ancestors. You need to be specific, because all your ancestors are not going to be with where you're going and what you're doing. And you also have to deal with a girl made a very interesting point the other day. She was like, you have certain elders in your family that see things a certain way, and when people tell you they gonna pray for you, you got to be mindful of it. Because she said she was trying to tap into her new business and she couldn't get started, right? She couldn't get a job. She might have even, I might be wrong, but whatever it was either she was trying to tap into a new business or she was just trying to go into a new career. She didn't want to do what she was going to do anymore. So she had been sharing this information with her grandmother, who, like they say, they put their prayers on you. And she talks to her grandmother about like the fact that she's not been getting any opportunities. And her grandmother was like, she said her grandma was like, oh girl, I've been praying that you get another contract with the army or something like that. She thought that it'd be better for her to do something stable, for something secure. And so that's what she was praying for. So she was like, that's why you got to be like for real about people praying for you, because you don't never know. Like the grandma may have meant well, but at the end of the day, that's not what she wanted. You know what I'm saying? So you got to be real mindful of that type of stuff. Yeah, you'll be extending new opportunities, but you got to let go of these partnerships that no longer align and stop being afraid of shifting into arenas where, these people just don't fit. Now, tell me about the 4 of Knives in reverse. So we got 4 of Knives in reverse to the 4 of Baskets in reverse. What's this? To the 3 of Coins in reverse. To the 2 of Sticks. So it's time for you to move forward. You could be relocating. You could be considering new partnerships, coming up with new strategies to, move forward. What's essentially holding you back is not being able to change up your way of thinking, not coming up with a solid plan, holding on to offers that you didn't get in the past, and also, like, there could be some sort of offer, like an emotional offer, a strategic shift within a work environment. Because I got the 3 of Pentacles or 3 of Coins in reverse. So it's like, it might be time for you to move on. Long-term things, old situations you don't want, and shit that you ain't even bothering thinking out, things that don't allow you to rest, because in order to create you need to rest. So you not needing to be somewhere where you overworking yourself this season, where you're not giving appropriate love and alignment, and where you're not being compensated. 3 of Coins in reverse. It just doesn't work out. So the spirits are saying with that 2 of Sticks, 2 days, it's time to make a shift. Tell me about you going independent. Well, you're going independent, and it's very much part of you needing to make peace with those situations with the Six of Baskets. Make peace with the fact that you're doing something new, and people are going to talk with the Five of Sticks. People are going to talk about what you're doing. They're going to talk about the struggles that you've endured. It's like your lore. So you really don't have anything to prove to these individuals for the month of January, for real. But there are going to be some energies, which it always is. You kind of always know when you're going to level up, because you have people from your past, they are going to try to just like aggressively pursue you because they don't want to be left behind. That's why I go ghost in silence, because I don't even, some shit, like, a lot of people, like, I be done pondered over it for a while. Like, it's never like an instant. Like, people like, damn, one day she just stopped talking to me. No, I've been building a Rico for quite some time. And it's hard for me to release. So I will sit up and I'll watch, I'll look and I'll observe, and then finally one day I'll be like, all right, fuck it. But yeah, these people, they're going to be coming back because you're going to be making progress, and you may have chosen not to accept these offers, not to work with them, because you haven't been able to get any rest. You haven't been able to plan, like, in terms of your stability, because of these like imbalanced partnerships and relationships. So no ma'am. Yeah, see, you've been moving off a system of loyalty for a very long time with this Daughter of Baskets, and you're still gonna get your Wheel of Fortune. It's just time to like switch the strategy up. 7 of Knives, 7 weeks could be significant. 7 weeks. Yeah, you'll be rewarded for your loyalty to what you're planning out too. Keep going. Tell me about the Son of Sticks, the Page of Wands. So you're taking action independently, and this is going to again require strategy. That's giving that Gemini energy, that air sign energy with that Father of Knives. Yeah. So it's time for you to move in terms of your plans. Now, when you think of like the masculine energy in tarot, I always look at it like masculine is about the outside world, like the physical world. So, and the wands is too, right? So action, passion, get up and go. So in order for you to have what you want, you got to like move to execution. Stop delaying making a decision with this 3 of Sticks in reverse, especially when it comes to relationships. 2 of Baskets in the upright, because you seem to have been under some sort of illusion, Ace of Knives, that you were going to get an offer, Ace of Sticks in reverse, and now it's stopping you from like focusing in on your long term. Daughter of Coins, it's slowing you down, stopping you from acting. Daughter of Sticks in reverse, stopping you from pivoting. So now we've got the Judgment in the upright, so Libra energy. So it's like, take a look, see what's up, because this is why you haven't been able to adequately move forward with what you got going on. That shit crazy. It's like you've been waiting for things to shift. You've been waiting for people to accept you. You've been waiting for people to give you the thumbs up. And when you really need to be giving yourself the thumbs up with that Son of Sticks, like, you need to be realizing that, hey, I've got something beautiful, I've got something amazing, and I don't need nobody's approval to make that happen. Now, you could have a air sign around you, could be a Libra. I was also getting Gemini, but their Judgment card. Yeah, these people, they're judging you. But fuck it. You the only one got to live with what you're doing. Even if you have children, but like other than that, I mean, you gotta do what's what. Yeah, like they made a decision. They might feel like you reckless. What you're not gonna do don't work out long term. You're not gonna get any opportunities. You are under some sort of like delusion. This relationship definitely has stopped you from taking action and like making decisions, because you're too worried about what people think, what this particular person thinks. Either you're the Libra or they're the Libra. or they have heavy Libra placements. Tell me about the relationship. Yes. According to the Eight of Baskets in reverse, so y'all already know what the leak read for. There's codependent, you refusing to walk away, or these people refusing to walk away, even though it's not harmonious. Maybe people don't want to leave because they're afraid of a secret coming out. Cancer could be significant, or they won't walk away from this from an emotional standpoint because it will reveal something they've been saying about you. Maybe it'll reveal, they the problem, daughter of knives. So you've got people that may be reaching out to keep cycles open, the world in reverse. They just can't see it any other way. A lot of people don't, I was getting the vibes that a lot of people just don't want to miss the end of the movie. They don't want to miss the end of the story. They don't want to look like enemies. They don't want, when you tell your story to the world, how you survived, how you thrived, how you built the business. They don't want to be on the other side of that shit this month. Like, they like, damn, I don't want to look like the enemy. I don't want to look like the bad guy. And at first it was very much giving, okay, like, collective is crazy, collective is delusional. But the more you keep acting, the more you keep carrying out your plans, the more you separate, it's looking like they were just being fucking haters. So they don't want to be looking like that. Okay, they don't want to be. So maybe these are some things you didn't recognize these people were betraying you. You weren't really paying attention to this. You were carrying burdens of other people's like desires and wants. Particularly this Aquarius. There could be an Aquarius here. I got the Star card. Or there could be an Aquarius that's getting what they deserve for burdening you with things that have nothing to do with you, your elders. Yeah, see, you're making decisions, and these people are wanting to stay attached to you based on like codependency. Somebody could be revealing some sort of secret or their true feelings soon, or they could be trying to reach out to you to reveal that to you. Yeah, they just can't let go of it. They can't. They ruminate on this shit often. They really stuck in their head. So now you've got Pisces and you've got the Sun card, which is Leo energy, right? So overall, it's just giving that somebody's been definitely hung up on the fact that you are getting blessings and nothing is changing. I've also got Capricorn energy with the Devil or the Miss Robinson card. It's like they thought they could keep you held up, but it's being revealed that your blessings are still coming through and they can't really change nothing. You are existing in your light and your shadow, right? You're accepting yourself. And this is why 5 of Coins in the upright, your spirits are helping you. You're embracing both sides. Like, basically, I don't always have to look like the winner. This is a journey. This is a process. Like, people stuck on always wanting to appear perfect, always wanting to appear like one day you just popped up a motherfucking millionaire. No. People are interested in the journey. People are interested in, that part of you. Now, how you curate that for your brand is definitely up to you, evolved hustlers and creatives. But people are not into that, oh, one day I just popped up on a jet. People want to know the backstory. People want to know the lore. People want to see you build what you're doing. And see, people from previous generations or your hometown or whatever, they not into that. They stuck in like this, the sunken place with that shit. That's why you can't be this month. You really got to let that vibe go of giving a damn what they think. That's crazy. Not crazy high, but yeah, that's what it is. You got to be willing to pivot. You got to be willing to stand. The cheese stands alone. Y'all know I've been on that for a minute. Yeah, it's some people that they're starting to realize, but at the same time, you got some elders here, like with that grandchildren card. You got some elders that may be like, oh, that's not stable. That's not, Smart. They still on that shit. That's why you being forced to make a decision, because these are cold. These are bad energies. Like, I want you around, but I want you to do what I want you to do while you're around, because I'm living my dreams through you, or my shame, you know? Like, that ain't got nothing to do with you. This is not the month for that shit. You gonna be stuck. Y'all gonna be stuck. Let's see what the guides have to say. Yeah. You are being given an opportunity here to release these collaborations, and because the relationships won't recover. Now, I got the Knight of Cups in the upright. There's some sort of offer here. Somebody may be trying to come towards you with an apology after not giving you opportunities or giving you a chance. Knight of Cups to the Ace of Pentacles. Spirit says this is done. I got the Death card twice for the past, y'all. I'm telling you, this over. This deal is over. You're moving on. I know that's right. Present. They still coming though, y'all. Two of Cups. What's this? What's a Two of Cups? Somebody wants to extend you an offer because they don't want to have to worry about being left out in the cold, okay? I got the Two of Cups to the Nine of Swords in reverse to the Five of Pentacles in reverse. So it's like, again, you know how, like, and I've been on this for the past couple days too, like, people stay your friend on social media but don't like shit, and then, like, they just waiting around for you to, like, level up, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's giving that type of energy. Like, that could possibly be what you're vibing through as well. They trying to make sure they stay in close proximity because they don't want to be left out in the cold when it comes time. These are not, like, relationships that you should be nurturing because it depletes you. Queen of Pentacles in the reverse. Get out of that mindset. Nine of Swords in reverse, and take action. Yeah, move to action. Like, these people, like, are acting like what? They're not judging you, but they're talking about how you haven't reached your goals. Knight of Pentacles. Yeah, secretly, they're, like, gossiping because they don't got shit else to do. Capricorn could be significant. Now, you're building your accolades. You've built up some sort of expertise, and maybe you could be holding on to this information that they so desperately want you to reveal. And they're upset. Yeah, somebody's upset with you because, see, you're patient. You're following your intuition. You're not to be rushed. You know, you're not rushing for performative type shit, and they don't like that. Taurus could be significant here. Collective. So the idea may be to come out of hermit mode here. Virgo could be significant. Maybe rushing out of hermit mode, but not necessarily have putting in the work. Or I'm seeing not being committed to putting in the work. So it's time for you to be learning, executing, and studying. Queen of Swords here. Yeah. Maybe taking a class, getting a mentor here that is in your field. Shout out to Cush Academy, period. Six of Pentacles in the upright. There is some things that you're missing. Two of Swords. There is a Emperor here. Aries could be significant. There's an Emperor and an Empress. A couple. Ooh, this is a high value couple too. They came out in the upright. Yeah. So again, if this is having to do with relationships and, like, close partnerships, this is also going to be, you need somebody that's equally yoked. You need somebody that's you not having to build up, that you guys are kind of reaching the same goals, and, you know, you don't see this coming because maybe you're still focusing, but there is someone there that will help you achieve these plans, but it's not going to be stuck in the past. You got to kind of get out there, right? You got to get out there. Temperance in reverse. Yeah, it's stuck in the past, stuck in what didn't work out is really what's messing with you right now. And there is some sort of plan here for exposure. Somebody, so you got somebody that's gonna come back. Like I said, these people are gonna be confessing. They're gonna want to talk. They're gonna have these false things because they know you moving forward. Relationships, business partnerships. You got that. You got a Sagittarius. Sagittarius wasn't being released. Somebody's hurt. Somebody is telling all. Leo could be significant here, trying to release these burdens. They don't want to be on the other side of this. Yeah, there's some lies. Yeah, somebody lied about why they don't deal with you. And they've been trying to work on, you've been working under the circumstances of this Magician in reverse. Yeah, somebody was being manipulative because they didn't want you to start a new life. They told a whole bunch of lies. Lied and said you were having a misfortune because of some sort of like theft. Lying about how you got your accolades, how you achieved some sort of goal. And it worked for a little while. People wouldn't fuck with you just because of what this person was saying, and they was trying to stop you from getting any sort of offers here. This Hierophant energy may have even, they wanted to seem like they were the upper echelon and you were the fool. Yeah, be mindful of them people. This person is very materialistic. They very stubborn. They don't have any sort of foundation here. This person's into a tower. There's a tower. That tower had to happen. Maybe they could try to apologize here. They could be trying to come communicate 8 days. Because really they want to win. That's all this is about. So this person's taking inspired action. They could be in disbelief here because whatever they planned, they thought it was a strong plan. They thought they was going to be able to fulfill themselves. So now they trying to avoid taking a loss by keeping you around. Like they don't want you to detach, even though they never planned on working with you. So they're coming towards you because maybe they are trying to receive some sort of justice for this Queen of Wands and this King of Cups, who seem to have been traumatized behind their actions. These people are fighting. Damn. Yeah, and you ain't got nothing to do with this shit. This is them. Yeah. They mad with you because you accepted it. You accepted it. And they mad that you don't give a damn. They're not what you desire anyway. Losers. Okay? Yeah, these people are in regret for how they did you. Okay, near future. Yeah, so not making a decision is what's throwing you off balance and keeping these cycles open when you could just move ahead very quickly. You just got to make the decision. At that point, 4 Cups, you will get all the offers that you desire. You will be stable, 444. And you just got to release control and stop giving away your power. Stop giving away your sauce. You feel me? Yeah, you could have just been very overly emotional in the past, and that kind of like tweaked you. But you don't have no qualms with these motherfuckers, okay? They don't like that though. I'm telling you, I'm getting strong vibes of people thought they was going to tear you down, dismiss, swap, keep you at a low frequency, all of the catchphrases, and they thought you was going to stay down and lay down, you know what I'm saying? But you kept going along with your plans, and them bitches in disbelief because they had the perfect, they just knew. Yeah, and now they looking crazy. No, don't give these people another chance to take you out. Don't end you for good. Yeah, these people want you weak. That's the only way they can find peace. That's sad. Yeah, these friends could be looking for you, coming after you, trying to play some sort of game. Sagittarius here. You changed though, so they gonna have to change the deal. Yeah. Like not protected, and they're upset. They're Taurus. I'm gonna keep my team brief with that, y'all. Just know that this is part 1. I'm gonna do a full forecast, but check out the video. I may get some more downloads for this, so turn on y'all notifications wherever you follow me, okay? And I'll be posting the video for this reading, the rest of this reading. But overall, I'm here to let you know, don't give away your power to these people. You're experiencing a rebirth, confirmation, and what they got going on ain't none of your concern, okay? Period. The month favors you. All right, y'all. I love you guys. I appreciate y'all for checking me out. Stay tuned for the forecast, and we will chat soon. Don't forget to follow, like, share, and subscribe, y'all. Tell a friend to tell a friend. You never know who can help. Comment below if you feel comfortable sharing what's up for the new month. Other than that, we'll chat soon, y'all. Have a good day.